Okay, Anderson, are we ready to go? I got a thumbs up. Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Monday, November 13th, 2023 meeting of the Administration and Public Works Committee. I am 4th Ward Councilmember Jonathan Newsoma, substituting for my colleague Bobby Burns, who is recovering from an illness. Councilmember Burns is online, however. So I will call this meeting to order and request a roll call.
Councilmember Burns?
Here.
Councilmember Reed?
Here.
Councilmember Kelly? Councilmember Harris?
Present.
Councilmember Newsoma?
Here. Quorum being present, the meeting will continue, and if somebody would like to make a motion on item M1.
I'll move item M1, approval of the minutes from our October 23rd, 2023 meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Reed, seconded by Councilmember Harris. I'll ask for a roll call on the minutes from
Seems to
last
all
meeting.
in favor.
Councilmember Burns?
You can still do it.
Aye.
Councilmember Reed?
Aye.
Councilmember Kelly? Councilmember Harris?
Aye.
Councilmember Newsoma?
Aye. Item M1 passes. The minutes are approved, which brings us to public comment. I believe there is only one person signed up for public comment. As Mr. Vasilko approaches the podium, is there anybody else wishing to make public comment to the ANPW committee meeting this evening? I don't see anybody, so Mr. Vasilko, you have 2 minutes.
Mike Vasilko, 2728 Reese. So item A11, my question is, why is it on the agenda? This has to do with the fees for the ambulance fees being increased. This is in the budget to be discussed, but it shouldn't be voted on now if you're going to discuss it as part of the budget increases, of which there are many. First of all, I don't agree that Evanston residents should have to pay $2,000 for a situation where their health is in jeopardy. You used to have 2 different fees, one for Evanston residents, one for others. And I don't believe Northwestern even pays for any of it. But regardless, I would object to raising the fee that much for City of Evanston residents. Regarding fees on the budget, you know, the council seems to forget the assessments have gone up on property this year, 10% for residential properties for the most part. District 65 is increasing their fees, or their property tax, 5%. District 202 is increasing their property tax fees, 5.2%. The library wants to increase their tax burden on the residents, and you guys are just piling on. You want to raise water rates 17.5%. You want to raise property taxes 7.9%, and you want to raise a bunch of other fees and fines, one of which is item A11. So I say vote against it. It shouldn't be on this list anyway until it's been decided with the budget. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Last call for public comment. Seeing nobody, we will continue with our consent agenda. I'm going to remove item A7 from consent. Is there anything else?
I move the consent agenda minus item A7.
It's been moved by Councilmember Reed and
Second.
seconded by Councilmember Harris. We are voting on the consent agenda, which includes items A1 through A8, but not including A7. So I will call for a roll call vote.
Councilmember Burns?
Aye.
Councilmember Reed?
Aye.
Councilmember Harris?
Aye.
Councilmember Newsoma?
Aye. So the consent agenda passes.
I'll move item, with recognition, I'll move item A7, ordinance 104-023, amending Title IX, Chapter 10, regulating the installation and use of alarm systems.
I'll second. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's been moved by Councilmember Reed, seconded by Councilmember Harris, and I believe Councilmember Harris has a motion
Light
to
on.
amend.
Yes.
Oh, there's no motion needed if you're going to move to suspend the rules?
No.
Oh, my apologies.
I move to amend A7 for Section 9-10-3-3 to read $110 and not $10. It was a typo.
All right.
Second.
We're just cleaning up a typo there. If there's no further discussion, I'll call the
I've got
roll.
a light on. It's
Oh.
hidden behind your laptop.
Go ahead, Councilmember Reed.
First, we should take care of the motion.
Thank you. We are voting on the motion to amend this ordinance. So calling the roll on the motion.
Councilmember Burns,
Aye.
Councilmember Reed,
Aye.
Councilmember Harris,
Aye.
Councilmember Nusma,
Aye. With 4 voting in favor and none against, the amendment has been approved. And I'll now call the vote on the underlying ordinance.
Now my light.
Now your light is on.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead, Councilmember
Thank you.
Reed.
Yeah, I'm just curious, Councilmember Harris, I support this, makes sense. Why are we suspending the rules for introduction and action?
As a point of information, we are not taking that action
I know
at
we're not ta-
APW.
yeah, yeah.
We're going to be doing that at
Yes.
council. And I can ask Chief Polyp to address that question.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
Councilmember
Yes,
Harris
Chief.
wants to weigh in at this point.
No,
Hi,
that's Chief.
Council. I'm Susie Hall, Management Analyst for the Fire Department. So I helped Fire Chief write this.
Ms. Hall, please take.
Yeah, the reason we're asking for intro and action is because right now, all of the alarm systems have to be renewed at one time. So there's just me and one other part-time staff at the fire department, so it's 5,000 alarms. So we're just asking it gets renewed
Are we saying that one time is coming up?
this year.
What time, what day?
At the end of the year, so they have to pay by January 31st. So we have to get we want to get letters out to notify people in an appropriate time, so they know when they have to be paid out.
Okay, thank you. No
Thank
further
you.
questions.
Thank you. With no further discussion, I'll call the roll on item A7.
Councilmember Burns,
Aye.
Councilmember Reed,
Aye.
Councilmember Harris,
Aye.
Councilmember Nusma,
Aye. With 4 voting in favor and 0 against, item A7 passes, and there being no further business to come before this committee, I declare the meeting adjourned. We will start council in probably about 10 minutes.